All right. Nick, what was
Good.
the messaging to the team this week?
We just talked about focusing in on our process. It's your habits and your process that get you ready to play each game, and it's your habits that take over when you're playing a game. So we focused on that, the mountain, focusing in where we are, and going from there.
When it comes to the negative plays, KP was talking about it. The false start stuff, the penalty stuff, that's obvious. But as far as the execution, the negative plays, how do you work on that? How is that process going?
Yeah, you try to prepare the guys for every different look that you could possibly get. So again, anytime that we all look internally when there's a negative play, it's as coaches, you're like, hey, how do we coach it better, or how do we put them in better positions to succeed in this scenario? Could the scheme have been better on this one? And as players, we look at it as how could we have executed this better versus this look or that look. And so that's where you want to get everybody looking internally to fix any of the issues that you have. And I think that's a big step, and that's what we talk about quite frequently.
What's something you learned about Jaylen Phillips that you didn't know when you acquired him?
Yeah, obviously you do so much. You watch so much tape on the league. Whether it's through when you're playing the team or you see him on cross tape or anything like that. You do so much work when you have a thought that he could be on the team. You do so much work when they come out. So I think we had a lot of you have a lot of information. But I love his, but you never know that you don't truly know the in and out every single day with the person, right? That's something that you can't always capture. I love his intensity, his willingness and want to get better. The way he fits in with the guys, how excited he is for his opportunity, how hard he plays on a consistent basis. That's something, you can watch as much tape as you want, but then you see it in practice and all those different things. So, man, he's been a great addition to this football team. And obviously his play is speaking for itself, but it's the other stuff that I know you guys hear me say every time I feel like when you guys ask me a question about a player and how they're playing, I'm obviously excited about how they play, but there's always things that point to when you're in a positive way. There's always something that points to why they're succeeding on the field, and more so than just even talent.
Nick, in a game like this, which is a division game and it's very, very emotional, do you have to continually emphasize, don't retaliate, don't cost you 15 yards?
This is I know this is Dallas, and I know what this game means to the entire city, and I know what it means to their city. But if we get more up for this game or start coaching differently for this game than we do for any other game, then we didn't do our jobs the other games. And that's I think y'all asked me that about the Lions in response to their comments of, hey, this is a must win. We treat every game the exact same. So we're going to coach our ass off every single game. We're going to prepare our ass off every single game, regardless of the circumstances. And because there's always going to be a circumstance, and whether it's you lost to them the year before, or you beat them the year before, or it's Dallas, or it's a primetime game, or you name it. This guy's going home to his city, or whatever it is, right? Our job is to be completely consistent. I got to be consistent with the messages and the things that they need to require, that I require from them. And we expect that same consistency from everybody. I expect that same consistency from everybody on a week-to-week basis. I think that's one thing that can contribute to sustained success is consistency. And I come to find that and love that about our players and our coaches as that consistency of preparing for every team the same.
How was it getting Cam back in practice yesterday?
I'm sorry.
How was it getting Cam back in practice yesterday?
Yeah, great. Anytime these guys can get back out there, coming off things, that's huge. And we'll see where he is today. But excited to have him back out there when he was.
How would you describe the way Jihad has handled a reduced role in this defense? And have you talked to him at all? Did you talk to him at all as it was going on?
Yeah, I think that the answer to anytime anybody's, I talk to our guys consistently on a daily basis, all of them, as many guys as I can on a daily basis. I think that communication and that trust and the relationships that you build and the connection that you build is really important. So obviously, always talking to these guys. I think he's done a nice job with the plays that he's getting. And I just see a guy that is so into team and doing everything he can do to help the team win. I admire that about him. And he's given us great plays and great minutes, out there on the field. And he'll continue to do so. And, that whether that's on defense, whether that's on special teams, the way he practices, all those different things. So I think he's done a nice job. I know he's not playing quite as many plays, but I think he's doing a really good job with the plays that he is playing.
Last one, Dave.
Dak.
I'll get you to,
Dak.
unless you want to do it anywhere else. Yeah.
Dak Prescott hasn't lost an NFC East home game since 2017, and I recognize every year is different, but appearing in 18 NFC East home wins in a row is a large sample size. I'm wondering for your thoughts on.
Yeah, well, one thing that I can say is Dak's a hell of a player, and that's on display quite often. Every time I watch him play. That brings its challenges in itself. This 2025 Eagle team has never played at Dallas, so we're going into it with that mindset, with that same consistency. But much respect to Coach Shoddy and the job he's doing over there. Their offense is humming, and much respect to Pickens and Lamb and Dak and Williams and their offensive line and Ferguson. Like, they got a lot of good players, they got good coaches, and I got a lot of respect for this football team.
How did Nico go about maintaining his leadership before he came back?
The consistency, whether he's on the field or whether he's not on the field, it's the same consistency I saw when he got hurt last year, and was able to be such a contributor when he wasn't on the field and at the end of the 24 season. So just his consistent nature of day in, day out of how he goes about his business, how he connects with his teammates, how he leads, how he studies, how he prepares, how he helps the other guys in that room prepare. Again, N'Kobe's successful on the football field. One, because he's obviously super talented, but there's a lot more. He's got so many good qualities that help him have reached the where he is, and God willing, he'll reach his ceiling because of who he is as a player, who he is as a person, who he is as a teammate, who he is, how he works, all those different things. Yeah, he's been great.
All right.